Well, we'll see how this works because I just accidentally stopped it. But I was telling you, it comes with a hoop, comes with a thread sorter, it comes with a plethora of needles. 1, 2, 3, there's 4 needles in here, a seam ripper, a thread needle, a needle threader, and I'm guessing that's like a thimble to wear on your finger. Quite a bit. But it also comes with Ada printed on, and I've never done, I can't even imagine trying to get my stitches to look. I was so disappointed. But then I was looking on Etsy. I happened to be on Etsy looking for something. And somebody had just the patterns. So I went online and got the patterns from an Etsy seller. I'm going to sell this really quick. The patterns are fabulous. And so I looked at the colors. The colors are, the numbers don't exactly match up to what they sent, but the colors match up. And I'm pretty happy with the colors, so I think I'll just do it. Buyer beware. Sometimes I'm not really good at reading the fine print. All right, let's talk about what I have been, I'll talk about 2 things I've been stitching on, and then I'm going to show you what my whip goes are. 2 things that are not on my whip go. Oh my gosh, I threw this in the bag. It looks horrible. Nothing's ironed. So I have this set of Leela Studio Spring Parade, set 1 and set 2. I fell in love with these. I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to stitch all of these babies. Have I gotten to them? Nope. But I had started 1, and then I don't know why I didn't go back to it, or I thought I started 1 maybe. Oh, I did. I had just the bottom. All I had done was the bottom, the very bottom, and then I picked a different, and I started on the carrot, and there's where I've gotten. So working on that carrot car. That might need to get added to the whip go pile. But then this is one of my purchases from Nashville. Baby Animals by the Blue Flower. Oh my gosh. I showed this to my daughter-in-law who's having the baby, and she fell in love with this and said this would make a great pattern for the reading nook that she hopes to make. So I am stitching on 40 count. Can't believe it. But here's where I've gotten to with all the called for threads. This is not the called for fabric, and I thought I saved the tag of what fabric it is, but I didn't. So, I'm very excited about that. All right. So, let's talk about Whip Go. God love you, Jessie Marie. So, January call was to put in 500 stitches on Snoopy. And let me show you the Snoopy pattern I am doing. I'm doing this panel right here. And I'm not going to stitch all that blue. So I'm doing him on blue fabric. And here is where I've gotten to. I'm super excited about that. And then the second January call was for Rock and Roll Sampler. Is this January? Yes, it's January. Rock and Roll Sampler, I think, has gotten called. I think I had it on the list more than once, and I've gotten to work on it twice. So here's Rock and Roll Sampler if you haven't seen it. My husband is in a band. He's the drummer. And so I decided I'm not doing those birds. I'm going to put drum sets in there. So I went, I got to go down and hang out with some friends to stitch. And I worked on seeing if I couldn't, I made a pattern on my own to make a drum set. So I'm going to insert a drum set there. So, happy with that progress, and I think that is another call soon. I think that's a June call. Okay, February was to work on the Advent Calendar by Stitchy Princess. And the numbers that were called were both for this. And I needed to complete a couple of blocks and all of the border. And so I was able to do that. I know my border isn't exactly correct. I fudged a couple of things, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm happy with it. I might have even gotten more than 4 blocks done. So, happy with that. And then March was to finish, fully finish, just to finish, Hare's Hunt by Plum Street. And I did it. This was another one of those, you know, I told you that sometimes there's a piece that I'm slow stitching and I just can't seem to make any progress. And for some reason, this was one of them as well. I got bogged down on these doggone leaves. It took me forever. I don't know why, but I'm really happy with it. I really, really like it a lot. And I just got this frame was a natural wood frame I think I got at Joann's, and I just painted it and laced up the back, and I'm really happy with it. Very happy with it. Okay, so where's my calendar? January went great. I wasn't super good with my calendar and writing things down, but I made a lot of progress. February was pretty good. I didn't put any stickers in it, but I did pretty good. March, not horrible, but not great. April was kind of dismal. I did get March done. April was supposed to be 500 stitches on my Paula Vaughn July, and nope. Didn't touch it yet. I am, in the month of June, going to get April, May, and June. All my Whip Go goals will be. And I am going to get this done. I have worked on it since you last saw it. The last time you saw it, I still had this to do down here. But since you last saw it, I added this portion of the swing over here, all of that, and I think up here. So that was a lot. That was a lot. So we'll see what I can get done this year. So that was called for April, and then Rock and Roll Sampler was called. It says here I got 100+ stitches done on it because I went to a day, I went to sit and stitch with some friends in Clinton, Illinois. The Leading Men Fiber Arts shop holds a stitch-in, and you can bring whatever hobby you want. I think I was the only cross-stitcher there. Lots of people were crocheting, people were knitting. I think somebody brought a spinning apparatus from Michigan. So, May, I did meet... I think I did meet May, and if I didn't meet it in May, I got it on June 1st. Take Me Out to the Ball Game by Little House Needleworks. This was something I restarted. I had, and I told you guys in the last, I had all the bunting done, and I think I had started on the wall, and I did not like the fabric. I was not. And I'm like, you know what? I really, really like this piece. I really want it done. So I got a new piece of fabric. It's on Heck If I Know fabric. It is a linen. But I'm pretty sure I got more than 500 stitches in it because I had this done. I had a little bit of green in here, but I got in here and got some of the dirt and the outline of his legs, and I finished all that green, and then I started coming over here to do the other side. So I've gotten a good amount. And yes, I totally missed, I think over here, there's supposed to be a baseball in there, and I stitched over it, but I'm like, well, it looks like I'll be looking for a baseball button, and I will put one in there. So I spent some time sitting outside stitching on this while I was listening to the Cubs game. And it was in my Cubs bag. Okay, the other whip go for May was 500 stitches on Santa's house. And Santa's house is a cottage garden samplings. And when I picked this up, I got to take the hoop off. Usually I'm totally a in-hand stitcher, and take me out to the ball game I was doing in hand, but for some reason, some pieces anymore, I just am not doing in hand. I do not know what fabric this is. Sorry. This is a linen though. When I picked this up, I'm at about 200 plus stitches. When I picked this up, I had this reindeer done and the pink color on his blanket. I had the reindeer body done, but not his neck. So I did the neck, the head, finished that, and then I've started on this white. So I got a good amount of progress done. Okay, so those are, what's June? June whip go. I don't even have June whip go goals up here, but we'll be working on it all. Working on it all. Now, something that Pam from Stitching Between the Lines said, she has bought the Nashville Market Cookbook a couple of times. And she talked about she would like to see a SAL of some sort to see what people have stitched out of this. And I got to thinking about that, and I'm like, well, that would be really cool. So for my next video, which I promise it's going to be more than 9 months, I'm going to stitch something out of here, and I've picked what I'm going to stitch. I don't know that what I'm going to make out of it is going to belong to the person who stitched, whose piece it is. But I'll show what I cooked, and I'll show the piece. It's a little piece. It's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 50 by about 35. So I don't have this. I have the 2023. It's just the one I pulled off the shelf. I think I have a couple. But I'm challenging some other people to see what you can do. All right. I think that is all that I have. I watched my last video and was highly embarrassed at the Midwest goodbye that I gave. Sorry about that. I'm trying really hard to do better. I've been watching other people and how they sign off, and they go, "See ya, goodbye." And I thought that was a really good idea. Do I have any thoughts? I'm going to StitchCon Weekend B. I'm probably not going to stand up when they say floss tubers stand up, because I really can't. When I'm only doing it once every couple of months, I really can't. I don't feel like I can say I'm a floss tuber. So I'm not going to stand up. But if you're there and I would love it if you would come stop by and say hi. I'm very excited about going. That's the only Stitchy retreat I have planned. That's the only Stitchy retreat I have planned for right now. I'm trying to think what else. Summer's going to be busy. I'm hoping to do lots of stitching. I put in my 2 years. I'm retiring in 2 years. I'm so excited. My husband is also retiring in about a year and a half. He'll be out. He'll be done before me. We have a grandbaby on the way. Excited about that. Going to Seattle to see my sister-in-law. Do we have anything else? I think that's all we have. We have lots of trips to Nashville coming up. All big things coming on. I'm sitting in a different position to try to get lighting, better lighting, so you could see all my stitchy things that I have hanging out on the wall. Some not stitchy things. Those things right here, my Aunt Emily made for me when I was a very small child, like 3 or 4, and she made those little puppy dogs. And this says Angie's room, and there's some flowers on it. I don't know how old I was when she made those, but let's see, everything only. Can I get my pointer going the right? That's my mom made this back in the day, but everything else is something that I made. Oh, a parent made that for me. It says, "You are special." I hope you're well. Happy stitching. If you have made it all the way to the end, God love ya. I really appreciate that. Thank you for watching. I have some new viewers, so thank you for subscribing to me when I haven't posted for a long time. I really, really appreciate that. Hit the like button. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you're stitching on. And I hope you have a great summer. Bye.